Hi there, I'm Holly McDonald with our Costa Mesa pod, where we discuss all things concerning the businesses, lifestyle, and activities that make our area such a great place to live. Today with Madeline, and I am so thrilled to have you here, and I want you to talk a little bit more about who you are and what your business is, and go into all of the background. So introduce yourself.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm happy to meet you and to be a part of this podcast. I'm Madeline. I have a healing business called Zen Tiger Healing here in Newport Beach. And it focuses on Reiki healing and sound bowl, crystal frequencies, and meditation. So that's kind of my main focus. So if you're not familiar with Reiki, it's a holistic energy healing. So if someone's going through physical pain or emotional turmoil, energy healing is a great solution for them.
Awesome. Yeah. How did you get into it?
It's a wild story. As most small business stories are.
Yeah.
So I used to live in Boston, and I was a triathlete, and I went for a run one night and wound up in the hospital in the ER, and had a heart rate of 260 beats per minute, which is wild.
Yeah.
And so I had a near-death experience, unfortunately, but it did change my life, so fortunately. And then when I was recovering, I was in cardiac rehab, and they taught us meditation. They put heart monitors on us, and they guide us through meditation, and just were researching how meditation can affect the body in the healing process. And it just fascinated me. It completely changed my life. And, from an individual standpoint, I was very grateful that I learned it. But I also was really motivated to help share this with other people, because there are so many people that, go through medical trauma, and then they have a lot of issues in their life. And I wanted to share it with them. And so meditation was my segue, and I got into Reiki from there. I studied with a Peruvian shaman in Nashville, and then got into sound bowl frequencies. So yeah, and I'm currently studying herbalism and animal Reiki right now. So the journey is continuing.
Oh, that's amazing. So there's a lot of different spokes on the wheel.
Yes.
Yeah. So with regards to the meditation part of your business, do you want to share a little bit about how that works and what people can expect? Do they come here and meditate with you? Do you guide them elsewhere? How does that work?
Yeah. So I do have an office in Newport Beach, and clients can come here. We talk a little bit like what they're looking to do. And my Reiki sessions are pretty unique. Not a lot of Reiki practitioners incorporate meditation, though they are very closely tied.
Sure.
So to get someone in a really deep theta state is the key to healing, because their body is very open and receptive. So when we start, the client will be on the table, and I'll kind of guide them through a meditation, kind of help them relax and ground themselves in this space.
Yeah. And
I use sound bowl healing. So, there are frequencies all around us, and that helps deepen the healing and the theta state relaxation as well. So there are in-person sessions, but they're also really effective remotely as well. I've had people just, on Zoom or on FaceTime, and they'll call and we'll go through a session that way. So, yeah.
Can you share a little bit more about the sound bowl healing?
It's pretty fascinating, and it's constantly evolving. But the essence is that sounds give off certain frequencies, and those frequencies are all around us. So birds will sing at certain frequencies to awaken the flowers and the trees in the morning, and certain animals give off certain frequencies to attract their mate or to find their tribe, or warning signals. So even us, as we're going through our daily lives, we're giving off frequencies based on the mood that we're in, or the things that we're experiencing. And so the theory that crystal bowls help activate different parts of your body using frequencies. So, for instance, I use a G and a C, which activate your throat chakra and your root chakra. And so this helps loosen anything up that's going on, helps release those energies so that you can be more balanced within you. So it really helps enhance the healing experience, but also helps your energies flow more evenly, and you can be more balanced.
What are some of the different chakras and energies that we have?
Yeah, great question. So our energies are constantly moving. They're never fully stored or stuck.
Okay.
But there are parts of your life where your body will store certain energies. So let's say you went to the gym and you had a sore arm, or you had an injury. Your other arm would be overcompensating to help, make up for that. But then it creates this huge imbalance. Like your arm muscle here might be much bigger, or maybe you'll face an injury. And so our bodies kind of do the same thing. If we're going through something and it's saying, I need a little bit more energy here in my throat because I need this to be released. I need you to say something. I need you to be more vocal. Then it will concentrate here, but it does create imbalance in the rest of your body. So there are chakras in your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart chakra. Okay. There is your solar, your root, and your the one here is your sacral, right on your belly. Oh. And they all represent certain things. Now they're different for everybody, but typically they are associated with certain colors. They're associated with different frequencies and different parts that your body needs to kind of enhance. I see. So yeah.
Wow. So when you started your healing journey, you started with meditation, and now you've kind of gone into this whole world of the sound baths and the Reiki. Was that a quick process for you? How did you kind of flow from one to the next?
Yeah. So it was a process. It was never something where I went for Reiki training and I was like, I know exactly what my journey is going to look like. Even when I started meditation, I didn't even know what Reiki was. Yeah. And, it took many years of like studying that. And then I lived in Nashville, and there were people talking about Reiki through my meditation circles. I'm like, what's that? And I was like, what is this Reiki thing? And got involved in that. Yeah. And then my Reiki shaman, he would use sound bowls, and I got turned on to that. So I think it just kept becoming a building block. And, I have a really big craving to learn, and I'm very passionate about this. So it's very fun to learn it. And it's very, enlightening to myself. And, I experience things with my clients, and they're also resonating with certain things that I'm trying. So I'm saying, well, if this is working for them, let me see how this is going. Let me explore that a little bit deeply. So
what was the transition like for you to kind of flip the switch? So you had your whole life going on, you start doing meditation to basically soothe and heal yourself. And then you decide that now you've been learning and taking classes or whatnot, but now you want to do this for your own business. How did that come about?
It mostly became with people asking me questions. And so I would share, they would ask how my recovery was going, and I was saying, these things have really changed my life, and they would ask me all these questions, and they would want to know. And so then I was encouraged to learn more so that I could, encourage them and educate them. And it just kept becoming this building block. This community really encouraged me, and then my clients really encouraged me as well. So I feel like it was a never-ending kind of journey. Yeah. And I didn't see it as like an exact plan, but it just kept building on its own organically.
I mean, that's really wonderful when it kind of finds you. You had mentioned that when you lived in Nashville, you started to hear more about Reiki in those circles. How does that compare here? Newport Beach, Costa, Mesa, Orange County, Southern California. Yeah. What do you see as far as the Reiki circles and that type of business? And what is your experience with that so far?
So I've been here for about 5 months.
So, I am fairly new to the area, but already I've met with mentors. I've met, I've gone to meditation circles, even yoga studios where I talk to, people that are in these communities, and like, oh, I'm a Reiki master. I would love to work with you guys. I'm a Reiki master too. Come to our sound bath. And it just creates like this entire community. And I wouldn't say that, being Nashville, Boston, that it was any different than Southern California, but I would say that it felt more inclusive, that I was able to come here and share with others what I'm interested in and what I do. And there were a lot of people that had already heard about it, or if they hadn't heard about it already, that they were, asking questions. They were really intrigued by it. So I respect that people here are really open-minded, and that, even if it's not their thing, they're like, that's really cool. I'm going to root for you. So it's been a really cool experience so far.
Do you think that there are other areas of the country that may not be as ready to receive Reiki or any of this type of healing?
It is a very quote unquote new practice. So even acupuncture, chiropractic, they were all holistic treatments that were kind of
Yeah.
people give their side eye, and
Yeah,
they're, and now insurance covers them. It's a
Mhm.
trusted practice, and I still wholeheartedly believe in the medical system, and I go to doctors and I trust doctors, but I do believe that there is that other side that can help enhance some of those treatments. But I would say that there probably are parts of the country that aren't as tuned into it. Because it is something that's new,
Yeah.
and that is something that they maybe haven't been exposed to. So I am from a small town in Georgia originally, and outside of Savannah, and they're slowly becoming more holistic. It's beautiful the way that it's just growing, and like I come back and there are new businesses, and I think that areas like that are exciting because I can come and visit my family and I can show them what Reiki is and meditation, and I can start connecting with people there.
Yeah.
Even in Nashville, it was a very slow building process. There were some very talented and gifted healers.
Yeah.
But I started working with a nonprofit there at one of the state parks, and we would do meditation hikes. We would, do sound bowl healing, and it was something that was new to the community. And we had 30 to 40 people at one of these sessions. This is a couple-hour hike, and it's free to the public. It's a nonprofit. So people are interested and they're craving it. And I think that's what is so beautiful about these, smaller cities that haven't already been exposed, that they're really open to it and they're craving it. So
Yeah, a meditation hike sounds like a lot of fun.
It
And we
was.
have so many great areas here to hike.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really incredible.
There have been some people that have come to me that, they are, in this really stressful environment, and Reiki and meditation help you kind of just stop and pay attention to your body a little bit more. And while, I'm not someone to say don't be in a stressful situation, because everyone's life is very different, it helps them manage what is coming to them a little bit more. So, coming to multiple Reiki sessions, I have clients that come every month or every couple of weeks, and we just kind of enhance it. And we help whatever's going on in their life, and they're able to kind of defeat whatever challenge comes their way. So it's very valuable.
You're almost like a therapist in one, right? Like an extension of one.
Right. They describe Reiki as if you had a broken bone, and how a cast helps heal a broken bone.
Yeah.
But it really just corrects it. It doesn't fix it. The body fixes it itself. And so that's what Reiki and meditation are really. They help the body realign so that they can heal itself. And so it is giving it a roadmap for like future obstacles.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. So now in terms of your business, what sort of sessions can people book with you?
They can book Reiki sessions, and that includes a Reiki healing, sound bowl meditation, and then of course like some guidance on what their plan can look like, what I can really have them focus on. And then I also offer tarot. So if we're talking about healing, to me with my practice, tarot is not something that is influential or predicts the future. It's something that helps someone get in tune with themselves. So if we are looking at a piece of art, which is what a tarot is, it helps them understand what their intuition is telling them. And that in itself is very healing. So I do incorporate that into some of my healings. If some of their chakras are really, having issues budging or like not balancing as evenly, sometimes I'll whip out the tarot and say, can we try this and see, like, in addition to the healing and the balancing that we just did physically, can we try something that's more like intuitive?
Yeah, I saw on your website, which everybody can check out, but like you will have the ability to do the in-person, you can do it through Zoom, you can do it touch, no touch. So whatever the client is really the most comfortable with, you are flexible. It's not like a one size fits all, you have to do it this way.
Absolutely.
How long do the sessions normally last?
They usually last about an hour 15.
Okay.
Because I do want to give time for the, very deep healing session, but also talking before and after is also an energy exchange, making sure they're comfortable, like making sure that we're focusing on the right things, and then recapping at the end, making sure that, this is what I experienced, this is what did you experience, and kind of just talking through it and making sure that when they walk out this door that healing continues.
Yeah. So you had mentioned before that now that you're here in like the Newport area, you've kind of made connections with different yoga studios, which there are a lot of in this area. So there's tons of connections to be made. Are you planning to team up with some of them to do special Reiki sessions or meditations or whatnot?
Yes, we have some things in the works. And I do have a musician who does a lot of meditations with me as well. So he'll primarily, work on acoustic music, and I'll be working through meditation.
Oh, nice.
It's really relaxing. And everyone just loves having that live element there too.
And that's energy,
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
And he actually does focus a lot on the frequencies that are healing to the body as well.
That sounds fun. Will you be posting those when they come on the calendar?
Absolutely.
On your Instagram and whatnot, so we can make sure people can find out about them?
So Instagram is the top place to find out about these events. And of course, any yoga studio or anybody that I'm working with will be posting with them too. But for my own personal, where I'm going to be,
Yes,
all Instagram.
And so what is your Instagram so people can find you?
It's Zen Tiger Healing. And I'm also on Facebook and TikTok, though I'm not much of a TikToker.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely have to make sure people follow you on Instagram so they can find out the most current activities you have going on and specials and everything. And then otherwise, they can contact you or go to your website to book an appointment and, find out more about healing themselves, whether it's from like a physical, issue. And just glad you were able to get through your own and survive and come out on the other side and now help people.
Thank you. Yeah, and people think that just because I'm a healer or just because, I've come out on the other side, that there aren't still, hurdles that I face every day. But I do think that this journey has taught me how to better, handle it.
Yeah.
I have my own healer that I go to. I have my own therapist. I have my own doctors. So that I can, be my best self. And I'm really just there to help other people, add to their toolkit what they can use to get through all of their issues. So it's physical pain. It could be just like, hey, I'm really stressed this week and I could just use some relaxation. And that's all you need, Some people, when they lay on the table, or even remotely, they have outrageous experiences. They'll have visions, they'll have tingling, they'll have hot or cold sensations. And other people are just like, I fell asleep, but I feel amazing. And both of those are a success.
Yeah, I'm sure. If you leave here feeling better than when you came here, that's a success, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
And it's a process. The healing process is never ending, and it twists and turns. And I love the analogy of seeing the path on the right, the road on the right, what it looks like, that beautiful road, and it's trees, and then you're saying what life is actually like, and it's roundabouts, driving in Boston, it's roundabouts and where's the stop sign? You don't even know. So that's just kind of have to go with the flow, and that's what Reiki is there for.
Awesome. Well, what a cool field you're in, and I think you are in an excellent spot to be able to build your business and provide a lot of help to people in our area.
I'm excited. Thank you. It's great chatting with you.
Thank you for being on the podcast, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds great.
Thank you.